Hello, welcome to another episode of My Favorite Things. Today I am talking with Jeannie about a fascinating topic that is currently viral on the internet. All of us want to know about it, especially us women, which is what colors should we wear according to color theory? And one of the predominant color theories out there is the concept of seasons, meaning that everyone has a color season which corresponds to a the traditional seasons of, let's say, the northwest hemisphere, like your North America and Europe, although there are seasons in other places that are the same. For instance, here in Argentina, fun fact, we also have the same four seasons with very similar characteristics, but they're reversed from the northern hemisphere because we're on the other side of the equator. Little science in there for you as well. But anyway, so the traditional seasons, in case you're from a place that doesn't have the four quote seasons, are autumn. Well, I don't know why I started with I should start in order. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Although so that goes from January to December. Here in Argentina, let's see if I can do this because it's still so hard for me to do it. It would be summer, autumn, winter, spring. Woo, that's like a mind play for me still. And so one of the people that I love is this woman named Rachel, who has a blog called Truth is Beauty. You can catch that link in our show notes later on. And she talks about not only that there's the four basic seasons, but then there's also tones within those seasons so that you could be a true, for instance, I'm an autumn. It could be a true autumn, a warm autumn, or a light autumn. So the idea being you have your standard colors and then you also have tones beyond there. So that in total gives you 12 different sets. And the idea with the colors is that these colors make you look best. Specifically, it's all about your skin. Your hair and eye color actually don't play as much into it as traditionally was thought. It's more about your skin undertones and different characteristics of your skin, because when you wear these colors, they make you look bright. They just make you look illuminated. They make you look very pretty. Whereas if you wear a color that's wrong for you, you usually end up looking either flat or dull or maybe even sad. So it's all about finding your true color. So there's a little demonstration today. I'm autumn, and so you can see I'm wearing one of the classic autumn colors, which is this mustardy yellow. Another thing, if you think about fall leaves, that's a color of mine, is orange. So here I have this orange. Also, you see this vibrantness here. And also type of deep, winey red. These are pants, but put it in my face anyway. You still see that. There's different tones to that. What I haven't figured out if I'm a true winter. I think I'm either a true autumn or a warm autumn. I don't think I'm a light autumn. All right, so Jeannie, our guest today, has recently been getting into color theory as well, and she has been diagnosed by ChatGPT as either, what was your diagnosis, Jeannie?
According to ChatGPT, I was a warm spring. Well, it actually said something like warm spring or warm autumn, which is weird because there's two they're very different, right? But I don't know because oranges are kind of okay with me as well. So they're kind of so I'm still trying to figure out the whole thing. What I have found so far is that jewel tones look good on my skin. I don't get washed out. It doesn't look grayish. And I've noticed some colors before wherein you look blue and it just looks weird on you when you take a picture or when you look in the mirror. It just looks weird and it cancels out for example, I have a tan golden skin, and in some lights, instead of like your skin glowing, which is what you want to like see and achieve, right? It looks dull and like you look sickly. That's like the total opposite. I'm like, why do I look like that? I'm like, oh my god, like I look horrible. Like, and you look at the mirror. And so I didn't really realize before that it's like color. Like I was like thinking, oh, like you're sleep deprived, or like this light isn't like isn't suitable. Like you're looking at your bathroom mirror with like fluorescent light, and it's like, oh, it's not the best light maybe. So I didn't realize that it's like also the colors I'm wearing. I went for a phase where I'm like, let's just wear black. Let's just be like, like
Chic,
don't have to
international
think.
chic.
Like, yes, exactly. Like you don't have to think about what to wear. Black always seems like they have like this like black suits everyone. You want to look sophisticated and professional, and so you're like thinking of just wearing black. But I think maybe black is not a color that suits me well. So I'm experimenting a little bit right now of like jewel tones to see how I would look like. And so when I was reading through my chat GPT thing, it said like, jewel tones. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that is kind of right because I've worn like clothes that are like bright, like fuchsia pink, and they kind of look nice. I've worn like this, like kind of like Zencaster, like blue, and I'm like, oh, it kind of makes my skin look really nice, like draws out the tan in my skin. So I'm like, oh, like you look healthy and vibrant, which is the goal always, of course. So that's why I'm like, oh, maybe I should gravitate, which is good for me because I love colors. I love bright colors. I've been experimenting with colors, but the funny thing is, I did not understand how colors make you look. I just gravitate towards colors because I love colors. I'm like, like mix all the prints, mix all the colors. It doesn't matter. Like you look like a hippie with like I just love colors, and so like I sometimes would like mix prints, would mix colors, and then did not realize that that color just not has they just should not look good together. They should look good with you, like they should look good on you and not just like
Mm.
look good together. So that's the part that was like missing. And like watching all these like videos online, and then they were like, oh, like they would like put swatches on themselves, and like they would like have these professionals like look, like this color looks nice on you, like this color washes you out, like this like shade of lipstick, or like this shade of like eyeshadow and whatnot. And then even like colors of hair, apparently they're like, oh, this like color of like hair, if you dye it a certain color, they say those things as well. And so I'm like, it's really fascinating. And I probably need to read up more because it's kind of like nice to know that you don't have to look pale and sickly all the time.
Yeah. You don't have to look pale and sickly all the time. That's a good lesson in general to have. Okay, well, Jeannie, and another time we'll ask about your process, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at these cards that Rachel has on her blog. And the purpose of these cards are to send you something that can be color swaps for your palette so that if you were to physically purchase these cards, you could hold them up and you could see to your skin which one are you. Now, what was interesting about Jeannie's results is that they said autumn and spring, warm for both, right, Jeannie?
Yeah.
Okay. But those seasons are not touching. So just like color on color wheel, we have complementary ones that are across from the wheel, and then we have the ones that are the side by side that I always forget that word, but it has a specific word as well. So I'm surprised that it would say you're one of those two because they're very different. And I cannot remember because I'm not a color theory expert, just a fan. There are ones there are certain seasons that are more golden undertones versus a blue undertone or a pink undertone. Um, but let's go ahead and look at your color cards and you tell me what you think of them. So we have the warm summer, the warm ones. Wait, are these all soft? Oh, sorry, they call it dark. True, dark, and
Mm.
bright. So dark is kind of in the middle. So you have your, where is the dark spring? I can't find it. I'm going to Google it real quick.
Dark spring.
Oh, I don't see it. Do I have to click on this? Light summer, light spring, true spring, bright spring, but no dark spring. Soft spring?
Yeah.
Oh, because I forgot she has three factors, if you can believe it. She has dark and light, and then she also has warm or cool, something like that. Guys are gonna have to read Rachel's blog
Oh.
because I cannot remember. So there's three factors. So it actually makes, what's 3 times 4 is
Four.
12, but then there's an exponential. Ooh, now I'm gonna get real. That's so odd because I don't see it there. Okay, it says personal color analysis spring.
Yeah, it looks like
Okay,
she
here.
has
Let's do spring first. I can send you this. So you see that color wheel on spring?
spring. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she says at the top, spring colors are light, bright, and warm. And so she has the typical color wheel, and then she has the spring colors just there. So what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing bright greens, bright yellows, and bright oranges, and bright reds. Does this ring true to you as what you're thinking looks good on you?
I think like bright, like not as bright, but like more of like warmer yellows. So like a touch of orange in the yellows, but because here on the link that you sent me, it looks like it's like very yellow, like lemon yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So that seems to be like super bright for what I've seen as like more suitable colors for me.
Yeah, I just don't see you as a spring, honestly, at all. Now let's look at what I thought you were, which was a winter. What kind of winter, I don't know. This is a true winter example. Take a look at those colors. It's not the same color wheel, but she has the example photos.
Mm.
So this kind of bright orangey red that this actress is wearing. Then we have this bright yellow, but it's still a little bit more, it's a little bit less, I don't know how to describe color, but it's a little bit less neon-y, and it's a little bit more,
Yes.
uh,
Like it's a deeper
yeah, it's a
yellow.
deeper, there's some warmth behind it. And then this
Yeah.
green that she's wearing also is like a little bit muted. And then that blue that this woman, Jessica Lowndes, is wearing looks very similar to the blue that you're wearing.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
Mary Louise Parker. Like this, if you look good in these colors, I'm betting that you are a winter. Let me show you the
I
winter color wheel.
I think you might be right. Like those greens I'm looking at on her palettes and some of those pinks are colors that actually look good on me and the blues. So I think
Yeah,
I would never think of like winter as like these colors because winter is like muted, right? Like at least that's what I thought it is. And so when you said like winter, I'm like, oh, winter? Like aren't they like muted colors? They're not as vibrant, but like these colors are like really vibrant and those are the colors I usually would think I would look good in.
you do look good in this blue that you're wearing, and that blue that you're wearing to me just screams winter. It's a jewel tone blue. It just looks great. Because remember, it's not your skin color, it's the hue that is underneath your skin color. And there's so
Hmm.
many complexities with that. I don't know. I have I have diagnosed you as a winter. And unlike ChatGPT, I'm actually looking at you. So let's go ahead for the purpose of this episode, go with my diagnosis, and we can
Yes.
talk in a follow up episode whether Jeannie has gone out in the world and explored more and has found this to be true or has not found this to be true. And I totally forgot to use a soundboard. Darn it, we'll do that on Friday. All right, thank you so much for joining in on My Favorite Things. We'll see you next time.